Welcome. I'm really glad you're here. Before we get into anything deep, I just want you to know something. You don't need to feel ready for this. You don't need to feel hopeful, motivated, or strong. You just need to be listening. That's it. This is episode 1, and the purpose of this space and this channel is simple but important. This is a place to slow things down, a place to talk honestly about what it's like to live with depression, a place where you don't have to perform, pretend, or push yourself into feeling better before you're ready. By the end of this episode, you're not expected to feel fixed. What I hope you'll feel instead is a little less alone, a little more understood, and maybe, just maybe, a bit more capable of getting through today than you felt before you pressed play. So let's take this one step at a time. If depression has been part of your life lately, you might feel tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix. You might feel disconnected from things that used to matter to you, or maybe you're carrying a constant heaviness that's hard to explain to anyone else. And if that's you, I want to say this clearly. There's nothing wrong with you for feeling this way. Depression doesn't always show up as sadness. Sometimes it looks like numbness. Sometimes it looks like irritability. Sometimes it looks like exhaustion, procrastination, or withdrawing from the world. Sometimes it's just the quiet thought that says, "What's the point?" If you've been hearing that thought, you're not weak. You're overwhelmed. Let me ask you something, and you don't need to answer out loud. Just notice what comes up. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to feel exactly how you feel without judging it? For a lot of people, depression isn't just painful. It's confusing. You might look at your life and think, "I should be okay." But inside, you're not. That disconnect can make you feel guilty, ashamed, like you're failing at something everyone else seems to manage. But depression isn't a moral issue. It's not a character flaw. It's not proof that you're broken. It's a state, not an identity. And states can change, even when they feel permanent. One of the hardest things about depression is how it distorts time. The past feels heavy, the future feels unreachable, and the present feels like something to endure instead of live. So for the next little while, I want to gently bring us back to now. You're listening, you're breathing, you're here. That alone is something. If you're thinking, "This shouldn't be this hard," I hear you. And you're right. It shouldn't be this hard. But the fact that it is doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're carrying something real. Let's talk about effort for a moment. Depression lies about effort. It tells you that if you're not doing big things, you're not trying. That if you're not productive, you're not progressing. But effort looks different when you're depressed. Sometimes effort is getting out of bed. Sometimes effort is answering one message. Sometimes effort is simply staying alive on a day when you'd rather disappear. That counts. If no one has told you that lately, let me be the one to say it. That counts. Now, quick pause here. If you're finding this conversation grounding or helpful, I want to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, SNSR Flow. This channel is built for moments like this. Long-form conversations, guided motivation, and steady support for when your mind feels heavy. Subscribing just makes sure these episodes find you when you need them. All right, back to you. Depression often creates an internal voice that's harsh and unforgiving. It tells you you're behind in life, that you've wasted time, that you should be further along by now. Let me challenge that for a moment. You are not behind. You're healing. You are not lazy. You're exhausted. You are not unmotivated. You're overwhelmed. And the truth is, staying present while depressed takes more strength than most people realize. Every time you choose not to numb out completely, every time you stay instead of running, every time you listen instead of shutting down, you are teaching your nervous system that you can survive this. That's how depression loosens its grip. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but slowly and quietly over time. Let me ask you another question. What if you didn't need to become a different person to feel better? What if healing wasn't about fixing yourself, but about softening the way you treat yourself? Depression doesn't heal through punishment. It heals through safety, through patience, through moments of connection, even small ones. And if all you can manage right now is listening to a voice that doesn't judge you, that's a start. You don't have to feel hopeful to heal. You don't have to feel confident. You don't have to believe this will work. You just have to stay. As we start to wrap up, I want to